Welcome back. This year is the 40th anniversary of G.I. Joe. For the past month and a half, I've been posting my G.I. Joe collection on social media, but I thought I'd share with my YouTube followers. These figures are in varying states. Some have all their accessories, some do not, and some have a lot of wear and tear on them. They are my collection from the 80s and 90s, and I have also acquired other people's collections. With all that being said, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy. Here is Field Light Attack Cannon, codename FLAK, part of Series 1 from 1982. I never had this growing up. This was one of the emplacement turrets that you could get if you wanted to build out your Joe base. This came to me in an eBay auction. I was only 2 when this came out. Other than the missing feet on the bottom, this thing's in pretty good condition. Here we have Weapon Supplier, codename Destro, part of Series 2, released in 1983. He was not part of my original collection. I was a little too young when he came out, but I acquired him in an eBay auction with a bunch of vehicles and a bunch of other figures. Even without any accessories, he's still an awesome addition to my collection. Here we have First Sergeant, codename Duke, part of Series 2, released in 1983. He was another one that I got on eBay in a large lot of G.I. Joes, again without any accessories, but a welcome addition to my collection.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Here is Mercenary, codename Major Bludd, part of Series 2 from 1983. In the auction that I won this past weekend, he was part of it. Once I got the figure and I was inspecting it, I noticed his right arm was different. So at some point his arm broke and whoever owned this before replaced his arm with a different arm altogether. It's supposed to be all black. I can't take it apart because the screw in the back is very rusted and stripped. So I had to be very careful with him because if he falls apart or his rubber band breaks, it's over, Johnny. Since I was too young to have him originally, it's cool that I get to have him as part of my collection now.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Here we have Arctic Trooper, codename Snow Job, part of Series 2, released in 1983. I actually have a few of these. None of them are original from my childhood, and unfortunately no accessories for any of them, but always a welcome addition to have Snow Job in my collection. Here we have Seal, codename Torpedo, released as part of Series 2 in 1983. Not part of my original collection, but given to me by a friend to rehome and add to part of my collection. Here we have Ski-Mobile, codename Polar Battle Bear, part of Series 2 from 1983. This was not one I had growing up and I always wanted one. Thankfully it's only missing a few components, and it's still in pretty decent condition for being almost 40 years old. And on top of that, I have Snow Job to pilot it. Here is Battle Armor, codename S.N.A.K.E, part of Series 2 from 1983. These pieces were at the bottom of an auction box and I didn't realize what they were. I had never had one of these growing up. Unfortunately, the arms are missing, so it's pretty incomplete, but it's still kind of cool to have. I also have an extra set of legs for a second one, so maybe one day I can piece together a couple of these. And yes, if you're wondering, you do put a figure inside of this. It did not come with a guy, though, so you could kind of put anybody in there.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.